नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमस्कृत्यं नमं चैवं नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुद्रे नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यभागवतसेव्या भागवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भक्तिमेष्टिः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome to this discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. Today, we will continue with our discussion on Canto 1, Chapter 4. So, in previous discussion, we completed till Shloka number 14 to 25. From Shloka number 1 to 25, we completed. These are the two main parts of this chapter. So, what did we see here? We actually saw that there are three questions asked by the sages of Naini Saranya to Sutta Goswami. So this is completely based on the third chapter's concluding portion, where there was a parampara explained by Sutta Goswami how this Srimad Bhagavatam evolved. And now there's a question on history of Bhagavatam, which the sages asked Sutta Goswami, and then it talks about Parikshit Maharaj, which is question number 2, and then there is a question on uh, Sukadeva Goswami, which is question number 3. These three questions covers the entire first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The sages then express their confidence on Sutta Goswami, how he is how he's going to answer this question. So they are very eager to it, and it is also important that they encourage Sutta Goswami in answering these questions. So then it starts with the description starts with birth of Vyasadeva. So he is born to Satyavati and Parashara Muni. Vyasadeva is actually literal incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he now sees anomalies in Kali Yuga and he thinks about the qualities of Kali Yuga. Therefore, he is thinking that the Vedas as such is very difficult to understand. Therefore, he has to separate it and appoint some professors, sub-professors, and so on. So he installs parampara for each of the Vedas, and then for the good for the betterment of three Shudra Dvija. So for them, he combines the Mahabharata. Even then, Vyasadeva was a little bit dejected because he was not very happy with what he has done so far. And so that is where the next section of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 4 is going to talk about. So let us go to the shloka. Before we go to shloka, I am just want to cover just to summarize what we saw till now. So we looked at chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 are majorly focusing on 6 questions asked by the sages of Naimisaranya. So based on that, the third chapter focuses majorly on two answers for two questions, and one question was on Srimad Bhagavatam. Then continuing on that, Sutta Goswami is explaining the parampara of Srimad Bhagavatam. So based on this, the sages of Naimisaranya are asking, headed by Saunakadishi, are asking three questions. So those three questions are like this: when, where, how, on whose inspiration did Vyasadeva compile Srimad Bhagavatam? Then the second question is Parikshit Maharaj's birth activities and renunciation. And the third question is about How Sukadeva Goswami, how was he perceived at Hastinapura, and how did this meeting with Parikshit take place? The most important theme here is qualities of Sukadeva Goswami. So with this, let us go to the shlokas. Shloka number 26. Evam pravrittasya sada bhutana shreyasi dvija sarva atmekenapi yada natusya hridayam tatara. For twice born Brahmana, still this mind was not satisfied until he engaged himself in working for the total welfare of people. So Srila Vyasdeva was not satisfied with himself, although he had prepared literature of Vedic value from all over welfare of the general mass of people. So what is the reason for his despondence? Nati prasiddha hridayah saraswatyastate suchau vitarkayan vidiktastah idam chovamcha dharmavin. Thus the sage being dissatisfied at heart at once began to reflect because he knew the essence of religion, and he said within himself, the sage began to, so he's trying to balance his mind. Why he is so unhappy, why he is so dissatisfied, and he's trying to recollect. Text 28 and 29. Ritvritena hi maya chandansi guru jnana manita nirvyadikena dhikam cha sasanam bharata vyapadesena hi ama tascha प्रदर्शितः दृश्यते यत्र धर्मादि त्रिसुदादिभिः अपीयुता. So one is Vyasadeva's despondency is there. The other thing is that we need to understand that for age of Kali Yuga, none of the components of Veda as such is useful. It is only Srimad Bhagavatam which is very useful for us. So how this is going to help us, um, that how Vedas are helpful for us, Vyasadeva is not able to understand how Vedas as such can help people of Kali Yuga, that he was not able to understand. Therefore, he was feeling little bit, and he was not convinced with this work. He was not satisfied with this work. So now, now we understand that uh, Srimad Bhagavatam unique position. So Srimad Bhagavatam is something which is quite different from all other parts of the Vedas. In on which topic? That is what we will be seeing. That is what Vyasadeva's Guru will go come and tell him about it. So in this look at the translation is that I have understood discipline he was unpretentiously worshipped the Vedas, the spiritual masters and altar of sacrifice. I have also abided by the rulings that have shown the import of disciplining suggestion through explanation of Mahabharata, by which even women, Shudras, and others, friends of Christburn, can see the path of religion. So, all these Prabhupada is wherein all these intricacies of Vedic knowledge are systematically presented in Mahabharata for the understanding of women class, the laborer classes, and unqualified members of Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya families. In this age, Mahabharata is more essential than original Vedas. तथापि बत मेधयो हि आत्मा चैवात्मन विभो असंपन्न इव भाति ब्रह्म वर्चस्य सत्तमः. I am feeling incomplete, though I am myself fully equipped with dissatisfaction. Purification of living beings submerged in matter is made possible by prescribed activities in Vedas. But ultimate achievement is different. ultimate achievement is Krishna consciousness. Bhakti. Kim Bhagavad Dharma na prayena nirupitaha priyaha parama amsana tahevari achyuta priya. This may be because I did not specifically point out devotional service of the Lord, which is clear both to the perfect beings and to the infallible Lord. Achyuta Priya. Achyuta Priya is the infallible Lord. Priya Paramahamsana, dear of the perfect beings. So here Prabhupada is writing, dissatisfaction was felt by Srila Vyasadeva. Unless one is fixed in normal conditions of service, neither the Lord nor the living being can become fully satisfied. This defect was felt by him. When Narada spiritual master reached him, it is described as follows. तस्यैवं किलम् आत्मानः मन्यमानस्य कीर्यतः कृष्णस्य नारदोऽप्यकात् आश्रमं प्रत्युदाहृतम्. As mentioned before, Narada reached the cottage of Krishna Vaipayana Vyasa on the banks of Saraswati, just as Vyasadeva was regretting his defects. So we see that it is important for us to bring importance of spiritual master in our life. When we have something very important thing which on which we are not able to decide, specifically on devotional service, then Guru manifests the mercy, is mercy, and helps us to clarify clarify the right path which we should take in order to progress in our devotional service. So this is specifically for devotional service. It is not for material desires or fulfillment of material desires. The Prabhupada said that Srimad Bhagavatam is full of narrations of transcendental activities of personality of God. Although Vyasadeva emperor was an empowered divinity, he still felt dissatisfaction because none of his works were the transcendental of the activities of Lord properly explained. The inspiration was infused by Sri Krishna directly in the heart of Vyasadeva, and thus he felt vacuum as explained above. It is definitely expressed here that without transcendental knowledge service of God, everything is void. So now we see that Krishna, who is sitting in our heart as Paramatma, is directing the actual Guru. So there's the Chaitya Guru and the Guru in living around us. So that Guru helps us to give much more clarity as we seek His mercy in clarifying our devotional. So what we need to know is that Vyasadeva was dissatisfied in spite of his good work. So Vyasadeva is doing a contemplation. So he took a lot of efforts to like strict disciplinary vows, unpretentiously he worshipped Vedas. He also worshipped the spiritual masters and altars of sacrifice. And then he has compiled the Mahabharata and he has given the importance of disciplining succession. But he was just thinking, okay, purification of the soul is also explained in Vedas, but is that the ultimate achievement? He is not able to clarify. And then the other thing that he is thinking about is whether the devotional service of the Lord is the ultimate goal and it is the ultimate purifier. So is this the reason I did not bring devotional service very well in the previous verse? So devotional service is both means and the end. When we start doing a devotional service, we get purified. Even in our purified state, we will only do devotional service. If we are in Vaikuntha or Goloka or any spiritual planets, we will be cooking for the Lord, we will be serving, doing Namasar Kirtan, Shravanam Kirtanam for the satisfaction of Lord. So this devotional service was missed in Srila and Vyasadeva's presentations. That is why he is now trying to understand whether it is because of this. First reason is that what is the ultimate means of purification of people? Second, did I miss devotional service as the key focus of the Vedas? These are the two questions which Narada is trying to answer. Sorry, Vyasadeva was trying to answer. Text 33. तब अभिज्ञय सहसा उत्ताय गतम मुनिः पूजायाम आस विधिवन नारदं स्वर पूजिताम. At the auspicious arrival of Sri Narada, Sri Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that of Brahmaji, the creator. So whenever we have a doubt in the heart, the Lord, whenever a disciple has a doubt in his heart, the Lord sends a spiritual master in his life to discipline the living entity or to guide the living entity. So now we see that Brahma has come. So Brahma's name is Vidhiva. Vidhiva. The same respect offered to Vidhi Brahma. Vidhi means Brahma, the first created deity. He is the original student as well as professor of Vedas. He learned it from Sri Krishna and taught to Narada first. So Narada is the second Acharya in the spiritually disciplining succession. He is a representative of Brahma and therefore he is respected exactly like Brahma, the father of all Vedis revelations. Similarly, all other successive disciples in the chain are also equally respected as the representatives of the original master. So we see that now Narada is the spiritual master who comes and gives his association, gives his advice to Vyasadeva on future action. So now if you see the flow of thought here, there is a dissatisfaction in the mind of Vyasadeva. Then he is contemplating on different efforts. So he's thinking two major points. One is he's thinking whether he has given all the best means for purification of people. And second thing that he's talking, whether I have explained Bhagavata Dharma. So these are the two points he's thinking. At that time, Narada Muni enters the ashram of Vyasadeva. And then Vyasadeva offers all respects for Narada. So these were the questions that uh, these were the parts that we went through. We went to study sloka number 26 to 33 in today's session. Today's session is a short session because logically I want to close chapter 4 before getting into chapter 5. Chapter 5 gets into the deeper aspects of the Narada's explanation on why Vyasadeva is unhappy and what Vyasadeva has to do. And then Narada Muni gives example of importance of devotional service to Vyasadeva. So it is going to be an interesting journey further on this on the chapter number 5. So I think we'll stop here. If there are any doubts or questions, please reach me on my on the WhatsApp group that we have formed. It will be interesting to poke over. If the question is really a very deeper one, we'll try to make a separate slide or deep study on that. This Bhagavatam discussion that we are taking up is systematic way of understanding the flow of Srimad Bhagavatam. uh, we can pick, once we understand the flow, then we can pick one particular area of Srimad Bhagavatam. On that area, we can do much deeper study. Thank you very much. Panchakalpataru Kripa Sindhuvayyacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्त की जय। हरे कृष्णा